Hey guys! Today is a very exciting day in the office. We have our CTO, Dave, in here all the way from Denver. Dave, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great.
So we just kind of want to do a meet the team, and we want the audience to get to know you. So how has your journey been? How have you gotten to be our CTO?
Like most other people, I applied for the job. But yeah, I was working for a company who the owner of this company contracted. Essentially, I was a contract worker. Working for him for a couple years, 2 to 3, and then like me and Sean kind of clicked from the beginning, like how we communicate, like how everything worked out between us. And the guy who I was working for, the contract company, his product was taking off at that point. So he kind of gave me a choice. You know, I could either work for him, help him with his thing, or work for Sean because he didn't really have time to manage both. At that point, I just, everything was going well with Sean, and I felt like, I could do a lot for their company. So I just said, hey, I'll work for Sean full time. So
what is it exactly that you do every day?
Well, we're a pretty small team. So my day-to-day responsibilities vary pretty greatly depending on like what's happening at the time. But
Wear a lot of different hats.
oh yeah, so many hats. Yeah, but for the most part, I'm what you would consider like a tech lead. So I pretty much make all the technical decisions. Sean has ideas. They come to me, and we kind of develop them together to figure out how they'll fit in the platform. We have some team members who you guys are going to meet later, I work with them. I'm like a team leader, but they're all pretty senior. So, yeah, I mean it's a lot. Like I'm writing code, I'm pushing code, I'm testing. So I do a lot. But overall, I'm like what you would consider a tech lead.
When he says coding, I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can ever do that. What would your advice be to someone who's maybe looking to get into your line of work? Like how have you gotten to this place?
A lot of people who get into what's known as like STEM, which is science. What is STEM, Yurash?
Science technology related.
Yeah, science, technology, EM. But it can be a little intimidating, especially in college. But my advice, like me personally, there's a lot of guys who have like I've been a developer since I was 6, since I was 7. My dad was that, like all these like rock star type guys. And I don't want to like talk myself down, but like I knew a lot about computers and I wanted to do that as a career, but I wasn't one of those guys. And, my one piece of advice, I guess, is basically just like believe in yourself, because I kind of, looking back on how my career has been, and it's been like, I think 15 years now since I first started.
Wow.
Like I couldn't even really imagine that I'd be doing kind of the thing I'm doing right now. And I love it. So, yeah, I mean, there were points where it was tough, and, I definitely needed help from a lot of people. But, I mean, if you are somebody who's like, man, I like computers, I think I might be, I might like to do programming or anything like that, but it's so hard, I'm not great at math. My advice is just believe in yourself and give it your best shot.
Love that. So, what do you think is a great part? Or if you were just, let's say we go back 15 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
why is DirectMail.io Marketing Box a great place for a developer to start?
That's actually pretty easy for me to answer. To me, it's a great place to start just because of how much you can learn and the impact one person can have. Again, small company type of stuff. So, there's pros and cons that come along with that. Sometimes it can be stressful. Sometimes you are managing a lot of different things, but for the right person, it's an environment where you really have everything you need to just build your skills at kind of a ridiculous pace.
So you're really getting your hands in there. You're learning all these different parts and pieces that overall, like you're looking back and you're like, wow, I can't believe I'm doing all of these things today. Like 15 years ago, I would never imagine this. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, no, it's great. I mean, that's why I'm still here, and those are the things that kind of get me excited about coming to work.
So Dave, let's talk a little bit more about you. Aside from work, what are some of your hobbies?
So I live in Colorado right now. I'm the pretty standard Colorado type of guy who in the summer likes to hike. in the winter likes to ski, snowboard. I'm also a gamer. I enjoy in the evenings just kind of relaxing with some games. I have a 2-year-old daughter. I don't, that doesn't count as a hobby, but it takes, it takes a ton of my time, and I love it. I love every second of it. So my life is pretty full right now. But yeah, I read books, stay up to date on like technical stuff. Yeah, work out, not so much right now, but.
So do you feel like working with our company has impacted your life in a long-term way, where some of the things you've learned here, you will be able to take with you forever?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, to me, like, there's challenges around growing into a role like I have, with just so many different things happening all at once. I didn't really take like any classes in management. Like my degree was basically developer. Like they don't teach you how to run a team or like communicate. Like most developers, maybe not most, but a lot of developers would have probably trouble with wearing so many hats, with like taking a requirement from like a owner of a company and like, can we do this? What's the tech look like? How long is it going to take? What do we need? What do we don't need? Saying no, like that's actually pretty tough. Is like, you're in a boardroom with somebody who's giving you like their grand idea of what they think is, is like the next or the best thing, and maybe like I have some disagreement with it. You basically have to have the confidence to like speak up and voice your opinion. But yeah, just kind of stuff like that. Like it just has helped me grow pretty much as a person, and kind of work on some skills that I probably wouldn't have had a chance to had I had a different job. So
wow.
Yeah.
And so what is your favorite thing about coming here? I mean, you live in Denver right now. Mm-hmm. So you're in Louisiana, which is probably the weather's a little bit different, the culture here is a little bit different.
Yeah.
So, one thing, guys, that we're doing today is we're taking a trip down to New Orleans. So what are you most excited about today, going to New Orleans? And if you don't know, the culture behind New Orleans, guys, it's a lot of culture. It's South Louisiana, probably the richest culture we have here. So what are you excited about seeing today?
I'm basically just excited. Like, I really like to come here. I come here probably quarterly, just real quick to meet up with the team and to be in the same office, and it just feels good. It just feels good to be with like the people that I see on Slack every day. To be in the same room. And yeah, today we're kind of having a field trip. And every time I come here, I mostly focus strictly on work. So this is kind of a new thing. I haven't spent much time downtown Louisiana. But for me, just like, when you go on vacation and like the air smells different, like you hear like different like insects and birds and like different things. And like just like the little, like the way I say Sean is Sean, and the way everyone else says is Sean. Like Sean. It's like small things like that just kind of give you like an overall feeling of being somewhere else. And there's also, that like the hospitality, the way people are very smiley and friendly, and the food is amazing. I probably gained 10 pounds just in the last week. Yeah.
Probably, honestly. Our food here is very good.
Yeah,
I'm born and raised here, so I'm used to it. But
it's so good. But I'm just really looking forward to it. I mean, this is like boring, but just like walking around and just like taking it in,
Yeah. I mean, that's how I would be. I have never been to Colorado, so.
Well, Colorado, yeah, it's a little different. Like, there's not much walking around and I mean, there is a little bit, but like Colorado is like, hiking and skiing and like red rocks, and it's a little different.
Down here, we're like, let's go to the river,
I want to go on like an airboat and
so it just keeps raining.
Do all the tourist stuff. Yeah, next time.
Well, thank you so much, Dave. Great interview.
Thank you.